Hey everyone, there's been a lot of news today, and it's the end of the day. I just want to catch you up on an impending cabinet shuffle in the federal government. So, news outlets today have been massively reporting that Justin Trudeau is preparing to shuffle his cabinet on Wednesday. So, for those of you who've been following my feed for some time, you'll know we talked about this a month ago. It was very clear that Justin Trudeau was going to shuffle his cabinet. There's a lot of people that, putting it mildly, haven't really been performing well in his cabinet, and he's had a lot of scandals. So he's hoping that the cabinet shuffle will sort of change the tone. Now, for those of you who want more detail on this, and because I love to be right, I've posted a link in the video description, and this is an article I wrote a month ago. It's really meaty, and it goes through all of the predictions that I had based on what I saw in Parliament this year on who was going to be shuffled and what Trudeau would be doing in the cabinet shuffle. And so far, the leaks that are coming out of the shuffle, it's like there's a lot of check marks. There's some fairly eerily accurate predictions. So I encourage you to click on the link that's in the video description and have a read, because I wanted to sort of lay out for you where I think and what I saw to be as Justin Trudeau's headspace. And this is important for you to understand. It's important for the Canadian voter to understand. Now, the reason why I've been posting links to longer form pieces is because of Bill C-18, Justin Trudeau's censorship bill. If you've been following me on this feed here, you know that I'm trying to give you updates on what's happening with this censorship bill that is going to result in news bans and links being removed from the internet on Canadian news due to this legislation that Justin Trudeau ran through earlier in the spring. I think a lot of Canadian news outlets thought that Google and Facebook were bluffing when they said, well, if you're going to pass this bill, we're going to just ban the news so that we can be compliant with this crazy piece of legislation. And it turns out that they weren't bluffing. So this week, multiple media outlets, including the Toronto Star, were reporting how they were noticing that already Google and Facebook have been blocking links. So think about this. If you're in Canada right now, because of this legislation that was passed, it's going to be really difficult for you to get updates on things like a cabinet shuffle or, you know, the bill itself that caused these bans. So that's again why I'm writing these pieces. So it's really important for you to click subscribe on the links that are in the video description so that when I provide this information and others provided this information for you, that we can work around these bans. We have to, now that Justin Trudeau's passed this legislation, it is so important for me to have the ability to directly to communicate with you because we know that this is happening. So there's a link in the video description on those cabinet predictions. It breaks down the cabinet prediction for you. I wrote it like a month ago now. Click on the link, read it, and click subscribe because we know that news, anything like that, is about to be banned. It's starting to already be banned as C-18 comes into force. It's being reported on right now. The last thing that I wanted to tell you about, and I wrote another piece. It's something that's not really talked about during cabinet shuffles, but what's happened, certainly I've seen this happen under Justin Trudeau's watch, is that Justin Trudeau, when he's looking at making a cabinet shuffle, one of the criteria that he's looking at isn't necessarily someone's resume or their qualifications. He's looking how pliant somebody is going to be, and a member of parliament is going to be, in sort of just ceding power back to the Prime Minister's office, particularly in tricky situations. You'll remember back during the SNC-Lavalin scandal when Jody Wilson-Raybould said to Justin Trudeau, you know, even privately, no, I'm not doing this as a cabinet minister. He turfed her from cabinet. And what that effect is, that effect of saying, if you question me, you don't get into cabinet, is it actually neuters Parliament's ability to hold the executive branch of government to account. I've written about this in great detail. I want to explain this to you, and I want to explain why this trade-off happens. You know, it's something that I see as a member of parliament myself, but you might not be aware of, and I don't think it's going to be talked about during this cabinet shuffle. So there's also a link to that article in the video description as well. It's really important for you to read these things so that you understand the dynamics of power and how these small things, these trends, actually erode Canadian democracy so that you can take those types of principles with you to discuss with your friends and family and also into the next federal election. Those types of articles, though, are, you know, I don't know how that's going to be affected. We know that under the C18 news ban. This is why I'm writing these pieces for you. I'm putting these pieces in long form content, and I'm asking you to subscribe, click on those links, read it, and click subscribe so that I can directly communicate with you. They come to you in an email. I'm not spamming your inbox, but I want to make sure that as these news links disappear and, you know, other opinion pieces you might not have access to, at least you're getting some view from the House of Commons. It makes me so sad to talk about this, but certainly, you know, part of fighting back is finding ways to share information, even in spite of Justin Trudeau and the NDP's coalition's news ban and censorship bills like C18. So as you sort of follow, this cabinet shuffle is going to be happening on Wednesday. That's what reports say anyways. It could be tomorrow, it could be Wednesday. There's going to be a lot of like discussion about it on Twitter. I've tried to write two really solid pieces for you. Number one, sort of giving you a clear prediction on what the shuffle is going to look like and what some of the political factors that might be at play for Justin Trudeau. And the second thing is explaining the power dynamics behind MPs in the Liberal caucus who might be getting passed over for a cabinet promotion, and really what the nature of a power is for a federal MP in Ottawa right now, because knowing that is important for you as a voter. So how can you help me fight back? Read those pieces, click subscribe, again, the link's in the video feed, and also share this video, share those pieces with people who you think might enjoy hearing this. I try to write them from a relatively nonpartisan perspective as well too. Yes, I am a Conservative MP, but part of my job as a Conservative MP and member of the opposition is to hold the government to account. And that means writing pieces like this and raising awareness of some of these issues, because if the public doesn't know about them, then we can't hold the government to account. So again, click the links, click subscribe, share this video. Working hard for you in Calgary. Have a great day.